Hello, everyone, and welcome to All on the Table Artifacts of Romulus here on the Transverse. I'm your host, Jen Giggles, and I am one of the players, and we'll be joined very shortly by the rest of the cast and crew. The name of the game is Having Fun Playing D&D. If you enjoy that, keep around and stick around for even more entertaining activities. We'll give you an update partway through as to what else is going on with the Transverse and All on the Table. And we're going to see all of the rest of the cast here now. Jenny, why don't you start us off with introductions?
Greetings and salutations, and may the powers of Romulus always fall on you. I am Jenny is me, and I am the GM. And I also play the Awelin Artificer Paladin of Romulus, Froverax.
All right, and Lee.
Hi, my name is Lee. I'm playing right now. I'm playing Yorick, the the sorcerer. Yeah, he's a sorcerer, and Goliath or Jotun actually, and just kind of all out badass, kind of cool. Also, I'm not a woman. I say that every time I stream. But yeah. Hi everyone. I'm excited to be playing.
And nobody.
Howdy. I'm nobody. Use they, them, and I'll be playing today Yona Woodwassa, Leonin Moondruid. And this is Ziggy, who is very angry at me right now because I won't let her stand on the keyboard. She wants it so bad.
And Nick.
Hello, I'm Nick. Today I will be playing Sorknir Starcaller, a mountain dwarf who is obsessed with reuniting his homeland and finding famous lost treasures.
Okay, that's your gang for the day. And we'll have Jenny lead us off with what comes next.
Okay, if memory serves, at the end of last session, we had not even left the city yet.
We're still in the vault.
Oh yes, we hadn't even left the temple yet. Okay, so we have you guys have all been filled in on the situation. As you guys turn to leave the vault with the Pope equivalent, the gate starts to spark and glow. And the place where the the diamond shape at the top, very center top, where the keystone should be, starts to glow.
Is somebody coming in? Okay. I don't think it's supposed to glow like that. Sorknir, you're one of them artificers. Is that normal?
By my beard, I think not. I would like to move forward and understand what is happening.
It seems perfectly reasonable to me. If someone opened this gate to come in and steal the thing, there's no reason they couldn't do it twice.
Aye.
Everybody that is sensitive to magic.
God.
Everybody that is sensitive to magic, roll a, I guess, Arcana check.
Okay. I got a 13.
I could be mistaken, but I think I just got our first nat 1 for this game.
Oh.
You and me both. You and me both.
You just tripped on your way over to the sigil. Nothing bad happened.
Oh wait. Nope, never mind. I rolled with Sorknir, you also roll with advantage.
Same score. Still 23.
So you end up with the same thing?
Yes.
That just means you're consistent.
He's
what was your score?
Very sure. 23.
Oh shoot! I had my mic
All right, you
muted
got
the whole time.
23. Jen?
I got an 11.
I got a 13.
Yeah. And to clarify, this is the gate in the vault, the one that was all the guys
Yeah.
snuck in on.
Yeah.
That gate. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Lovely.
So anyone that got over a 12 notices that the energy this gate is giving off is different than last time.
Something has changed. I can feel it
I'll
in the
take
air.
word for it. That's not good, right?
The last time it was giving off Eldritch, Celestial, and Infernal.
Right.
This time it is just giving off Celestial and Eldritch.
Okay, so no infernals involved in this time, I guess.
Well, no infernals is a good sign. Yeah, no infernals is a good sign. Let's do it.
Well, no, it just means that it could have been a tiefling that was using the magic last time.
Oh, that would be enough to give it infernal signatures. Just being
for
a
infernal magic, like the magic of tieflings is infernal.
Right. Okay.
And then like ASMR would have celestial magic.
Right. So, all right.
The only way to get eldritch magic is like either be a paladin or a warlock of someone that's an eldritch being.
Right.
Which would be rather noticeable because they'd be going crazy and going zealot.
Right.
And, or they're being an actual eldritch being that is helping.
Right. Because that would be great.
Yeah, that's just lovely. Okay.
Yeah, so it just means that there's it could be an actual eldritch being and something that uses celestial magic.
Okay.
It doesn't necessarily mean it's a celestial and an eldritch. It just means it's an eldritch.
All right.
That magic.
I think we should all take a couple steps back. Maybe not Sarknir because he's the one figuring this out, but the rest of us start moving backward. And I'm gonna let's see. What do I got? All right, that's not gonna do us any good. Wave subtle. That's good to know. Oh, okay. That's the plan. Everyone stay out of directly in front of me. Just for warning.
I guess a question I should ask as far as setting the scene goes. So last time around, we were talking to the Pope upstairs, and then we came downstairs. How long did that take about to come down here?
It took about 2.5 hours.
Okay. I needed to know because, yeah, Wild Shape only lasts 2 hours, so some point during that journey, Yolna stopped being a wolf.
Okay. Well, probably just as well. So you turn back into a lion. Okay.
Wait, no, you still had, it was only an hour and a half because you still had half an hour left.
Oh, well, all right, that'll work too.
All right.
You still had 30 minutes left on your wild shape.
Nice.
All right. Wolf is good. Just.
Okay.
All right. Cone. Can I make sure to angle myself so that if I'm projecting a 15-foot cone, it will hit right in front of the gate? Just safety measures. I'm angling myself so I'm there. I can't see it, so it'd be very difficult, but I feel like if I'm there and I can see it, I'd be able to get a good angle. Okay,
Yeah, makes sense.
here we go.
Sorknir stands off to the side wherever you motion to help with
Okay.
with
Okay.
it, so he's not
Good.
in your way.
Yes.
Sorknir, roll a trying to figure out what the right roll for this would be. Insight.
Alrighty. There we go. Roll something different die. That is going to be a mighty 4 of my insight.
You got a nat 1 and a +3, or?
Oh, it was a 2, but I just kept rolling that. I just kept rolling the 17. And I was like, I don't know what's going on there. Let's do something else.
Well, you didn't get advantage or disadvantage on that, so the 17 sticks.
Alrighty, then 19 is my roll.
Okay. Your insight. One second, I'm just double checking something. Okay. You have gained an insight from what you felt from the magic, and it feels familiar, and yet unfamiliar at the same time. The eldritch side of it feels kind of familiar. You don't recognize the other aura, but there's two auras that you're not just two magics, but two different auras coming from it. So it's two creatures or two beings casting the magic.
There is more than one entity interacting with the gate. That is why it is confusing.
The gate pretty much pulls a Stargate when it opens.
Okay.
We get
It's
the
like a-
flush.
So it's a
That's the type of thing like what a dwarven like.
Thankfully,
It's
no
just
one's
like our
standing
plumbing
within
when they're
range
sideways.
of the ejection. And a small dwarf-like being steps through.
All right. I'm gonna cast as soon as it steps through. I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna use the Emir's breath, I believe it's called, which is first Jotun's breath to exude an essence of winter, 15-foot cone of cold damage. When used the ability, everyone in the cone, which is none of you guys, because you all stood back, make a con save, DC 12. DC 12 con save, and 2d6 on a failed save, half on a successful, and I'm not 6th level yet, so that's good. Okay.
It don't just save. It crit saves.
Oh, well, that was all useless. Okay. Cool. I don't know if you do anything special for crit saves, like it only takes a quarter or no damage, but it does not take much.
Well, normally it would take a quarter, but because of what the being is wearing and what followed through, it takes none.
Of course not. Okay. Well,
I didn't even get to tell you what the second being that stepped through was.
Oh, all right. What's the second being that steps through?
It was a Jotun.
Oh, okay. Well, hopefully
Large Jotun.
he'll forgive me. Hopefully they'll forgive me for casting the defensive spell. They'll recognize it actually.
Roll. Jotun, please roll a history check with advantage.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. All right. There's one d20. There's the other d20. Here we go. I don't know which d20s these are, but well, that's a 19. History. That's a 19 on the die. Plus 0. I don't think I have proficiency.
Intelligence.
Yeah, I don't have any intelligence bonus. Not quite a himbo, but pushing it. But 19. So
You definitely passed.
Okay, good.
That ain't just a Jotun. That's where the celestial magic was coming from.
Like a Jotun ace paladin of some sort.
No.
SMR.
Like
Mix.
that's a Jotun god.
Oh, well, that's a mirror, right?
The beer the breath you just used was his breath.
Okay, well then he'll forgive me because I'm using his gift. Maybe.
Yeah, and the little dwarf-like being.
Yeah.
Ain't a dwarf.
Oh.
It's an eldritch being.
Oh.
That always
Good to
accompanies the mirror.
Oh, some sort of like a handmaiden
Companion.
sort of, but like hand, whatever gender neutral term for handmaiden is.
Well, no, I never said it was male.
Oh, well, a handmaiden then.
Pretty much companion. We'll just go with companion.
Companion, that works.
Because eldritch beings don't really have gender.
Gender? Good to know.
But they can when they find it. I mean, a transformer
Yeah, that's
did.
true, but they don't kind of intrinsically have it the way.
I mean, they intrinsically don't have gender, but this eldritch being is currently in a female dwarven body.
Female dwarven form. Gotcha.
Female dwarf-like body.
Fair.
So really, the only difference is you might catch a hint of curves on the top instead of solid muscle.
They're more.
It's the beards, right?
There is quite a bit of dimorphism between male and female dwarves.
Really?
At least in
Interesting.
my realm. They're muscular, but they're like Miss Universe type muscular.
Oh, like there's
a serious difference between male dwarfs and female dwarfs, but they're still muscular.
Yeah, but
they're
like
just
also
a sexy
curves.
type of muscular.
Okay, that works. Curvature. Okay, got good curves, but also muscles. All right.
Yeah.
Did you have a beard, or do they have a beard?
No beard.
No beard.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, they're pretty much like buff females.
All
like
right.
buff female dwarves, like sexy female dwarves.
All right.
And just it having been Emir, you take the what's the word I'm looking for? Cognitive leap. Well, the cognitive hop, I should say. From the way that this eldritch being is dressed and the way they look, and that they came through with Emir, that it is their companion.
Right. I gotcha. Like, oh, Emir, and then that must be okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. Their companion's name has never been given.
I guess I'm gonna fall to one knee.
Yes.
Right. That's fair.
Definitely fall to one knee.
Yeah, I'm gonna fall to one knee because this is. I just maybe tried to attack a god. Okay. Well, that didn't go well.
It was a good try, at least.
The eldritch being sees this, and literally its eyes just do that.
Yeah, I earned that.
Sorry,
I'm sorry.
But Emir literally just goes and puts their hand on the being's head and just like top like just like grabs it by the top of the head and picks them up so they're not touching the ground.
Okay.
And then says, "There is no reason to fret, my child." In a very deep, rumbly, like ancient sounding voice.
Okay.
I understand
Greetings.
your weariness.
The rest of you, this is Emir, the first Jotun, the above all else. This is Jotun. This is Emir. Yeah.
Strange.
I know who you all are.
Oh. Well,
I have
yeah,
come to
deity,
help
I guess you would.
as best as I can within the rules.
Huh.
I may not be able to give you direct help, but I can. What's the word? Equip you.
Okay.
For our Leonin, I give you this, and the Emir puts down the Eldritch Being, and the Eldritch Being literally just takes their left arm and just like extends it out to the side, and their arm just transforms into a tentacle, and like the tentacle just like twists around and just kind of like does like a snap sound. So pretty much it just like uses its arm like a whip, like off to the side to make a snapping sound. And your lunar direwolf form now sports armor.
Oh,
Very
Oh.
awesome Nordic armor.
fascinating.
Yes. And Emir continues, this armor will change with your shape. It will not affect any of your abilities. It is nigh indestructible. Not completely,
Yes.
but very close.
That is certainly a surprise. Appreciation, I suppose.
When you are in your Leonin form, it will not. It will be a accoutrement of your choosing. Be it an armlet, a circlet, a necklace, whatever you choose.
Yeah,
A
wonderful.
ring, but in your wild shape forms, it will armor them.
Good.
In such a way that it will protect the vitals to an extent, but will not completely mitigate the damage.
Well, certainly, no. I don't believe there is armor that does that, is there?
Well, there's god armor, but
Yeah, that.
Or plot armor. I mean,
That's a whole separate. That does something different, but
for our other druid, I have this, and he like just goes like this, like throws out his hand and in such a way that it just like well, it's not straight up, but his arm literally just like his wrist completely twists so his palm is facing straight at you like this but upside down, and a blast of ice magic blasts at you, and you gain a circlet made out of permafrost. I guess is probably the best word I can use for it. I haven't really figured out a right word for it. But pre-time ice. This is a surprise. I did not mean to give you that specific relic. And Ymir is just flabbergasted because of what relic you gained.
Oh,
This relic, and he goes on to explain, this relic predates even the creation of Arbitros. It even predates me.
okay.
It will help on your journey when you encounter beings of fire. It will lessen the blow of any fire magic and will make it so you can walk through the hottest of places unharmed. For our dwarf, I have a very unique material. I have heard that you have a love of the very hard to procure and work with materials. And I see you carry a chunk the size of a very small nugget around your neck on a cord.
You are most perceptive, as all gods are.
I give you this. And he waves to the eldritch being, and the eldritch being's still tentacleized arm reaches over and just like touches the ground right in front of you, and the tip of it expands to a cube. Well, not a cube, but like a space that's like half as tall as you and about the same, like, wide and long. And then breaks off from the rest of the tentacle that retracts. And when the blackness of it disappears, it is a solid cube of perfectly mined bone metal.
Bless my beard. This is a mighty gift indeed. And he smashes his mace on the shield twice in appreciation and pulls out the bag of holding and starts kind of trying to figure out how he's going to possibly get this in there.
The eldritch being literally just pokes the cube, and it sections out into small sections that are movable into the bag. Okay. For our smallest member, I give you this. And he himself snaps his finger, and a very unique change for a split second happens. Their form shifts almost imperceptibly into a medium-sized creature with normal bipedal arms, like still talon legs with the prosthetic leg, and wings on the back. And then they shift, like it just like it's a split second right after the like they go whoop, whoop. And on their, I'm not sure what to call it, like the area that like right around here, like right around the wings, is a I'm not sure what to call it. It's like a
harness.
little disc in the front with like 4 straps that go around.
Yeah,
the back.
that's a harness.
Yeah, harness, I guess you could say. Yeah. So a little harness made of Emir ice, which is not as old as primordial ice, which is the one that our druidic friend circlet is made of, but is almost as powerful. It's not the same ice, but it has the same effects, with the disc being bone metal.
Oh.
And Emir looks right at the at Fro and says, "You will know when this is needed, and it will help in your endeavor. Not the endeavor this group is on, but your personal one." And then Emir turns to our final member. Okay. Emir looks to our Jotun companion and says, "My child, you have done well to defend your party. Your gift will be the strongest." And he waves his head, he does a circle with his hand, and a very rare type of elemental appears under his hand. And it is a Emirian elemental, or an ice elemental. You're muted.
Oh, sorry. It makes sense. Okay.
It is an elemental that really only comes into being between the union of a wind and water elemental.
All right.
And only under rare circumstances, because normally the combination of a wind and water elemental would be a storm elemental.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's like a region, like pretty much a temperature and time of year type thing. So it's like a circumstantial type thing.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And they don't normally create at that time in those specific circumstances.
Right. Yeah.
Together, at least.
Yeah.
So those two circumstances have to have to align for this to happen.
Perfect alignment. Yeah.
Along with a blessing by Emir, but
so perfect storm. Everything lines up. Conception,
everything has
and
to line
then
up
they end up
perfectly.
with a mirror elemental. Okay.
Yeah, Emirian.
Gotcha.
An Emirian.
Element. All right.
They're not just elementals; they're beings of their own.
Right.
Beyond elementals. Elementals are kind of just like beings of the elements, but Emirians are almost like Jotuns.
Oh.
Like the descendants
Cool.
of Emir, they're almost like them, but different.
All right. Cool.
And the Emirian looks to Emir and looks up at Emir, because this elemental is probably just a tiny bit taller than Fro.
Okay.
So it's rather small.
Yeah.
Especially compared to you. And Emir just kind of points to you and says, "There is your companion." To the Emirian. No, there's your bound. There is your bound one.
Oh. Okay.
And the Emirian looks to you, looks to Emir, looks to you, and just their body, which is pretty much just looked like ice, brightens to the most purest blue.
Okay.
It's like, because the Emirians' emotions dictate the color of their skin, their body.
Gotcha. Like an octopus. Okay. Gotcha.
So depending on the tone and color of their skin or their bodies, you can tell how they're feeling.
Gotcha.
its skin brightens to the most overjoyed color and just zips over to your shoulder and just sits there
Okay.
and just starts nuzzling onto your neck.
Okay, cool. All right. Kind of put my hand up. And I'm still on one knee because Smear,
Yes.
this is okay. I'll kind of curl my arm protectively. I'll
And then
guard
Ymir
him
looks at you
well.
and says, "They are bound to you at the level of the soul. They are this is not something I did or you did.
Okay.
This is predestined.
Okay.
It is
I
beyond
will guard them well.
any mortal or immortal being's powers, beyond the fates."
That's a lot. Thank you. If it wasn't, I
All I did was deliver them to you ahead of schedule.
oh. Uh-huh.
I figured
Okay.
they would be a help where you were headed.
Okay. I think so. Where are well, it's not important. We'll find our way.
On the
Thank
journey, at least. There would be a help on the journey.
Okay. I thank you.
You are most welcome,
Here.
my child. And then the Eldritch being just kind of shifts subtly to a look that mirrors at least a little bit of each of your species.
Uh-huh.
Its size does not change, but it's like the body changes a little bit. Like one of its arms becomes a wing of an owlin, and another piece like it gains the paw of a light linen, and then it keeps the dwarven stature. So pretty much it pulls a Kevin Levin without the absorbing part.
Okay, so now it's got rabbit ears like me sticking up.
No, its legs.
Oh,
Its head turned into a Jotun. Yeah, Jotun's head.
okay.
And then its torso just like so pretty much one of its arms became a wing. Its other arm went Jotun. Its hand became a Leonin. Its torso just went Eldritch, and its legs went Harangon, and then its head was Jotun.
Oh, no one dwarf leg, one rabbit leg.
Pew, boom. Pew, boom.
It's just like, and Ymir looks to the being and is just like, it seems they approve of you. And turns to the portal, waves their hand, and it opens back up. And the Eldritch being walks through first, and Ymir turns to you guys once more and says, "Good luck. Take this."
Me too.
And Ymir waves his hand, and a portal opens up behind you guys. This will take you to the outside of the city. Save you some time on your trip.
Okay.
Your conveyance from the church will already be there when you arrive.
All right.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay there.
And then he walks through the gate and it closes.
All right. I think that I'll kind of stand and kind of put my hand, just keeping it like on this small creature who's right next to me.
You've got a cute little shoulder dragon, basically.
Yeah. Oh.
The notion of your Emilian.
All right. Okay.
Oh, does this sort of thing happen every day to you, deific types? Because that's.
I mean, I would never have thought to see Ymir in my lifetime. I mean, we had our prayers and our chants, but to see him appear, it, it a blessing beyond all blessing. I don't even know. I don't even. I
Fair
mean,
enough. Mostly I just ask because we've met 3 gods so far today, and before that it had only been 0, so...
yeah. This is
Yeah,
which means that whatever we're about to do is probably gonna end. It's probably gonna have stakes beyond what we can properly comprehend right now, which is
well, it's good to know that our endeavors, blessed by the gods. But let's go through the portal here. I don't want to sit here and chance anymore showing up.
right.
The Pope just looks. Well, the Pope equivalent looks at you guys and says, "I wouldn't be so sure about that."
About going through the portal?
No,
More
that more
gods.
not showing up.
Wonderful.
Right, because they're playing a game of chess and we're their pieces. Right, as what I gather.
Often that's what they describe it as, but really I think it's some sort of ineffable plan by some, ineffable being beyond them. So
More game of
with the
risk.
flow.
More
When you
game
are
of
touched by
Oh,
destiny,
well.
you find these things a regular occurrence. And
I hop through
Sorknir
I
steps
hop
through the
through the
portal. Right after Raph.
All right, I'll double check, make sure everyone else. I'll go through. Let's do it. Easy, kid. Okay, let's do it.
The Myriad, before you walk through, the Myriad just kind of like melds with his shoulder. So pretty much it just kind of like freezes itself to your shoulder, so it just like, so it doesn't get
So it
jostled
doesn't
or
fall
anything.
off. Okay, good job. Okay, don't fall off. All right.
Yeah, it just like it puts its hand on the side of your neck and freezes it there, and then it freezes its ass or its feet or whatever is there on it on your shoulder. So it's just like
Well,
you got 2 points of contact.
Okay. Yep. All right. Safe and sound. Okay. And we'll
Fro just
through.
flies through like a lightning bolt of feathers.
All right.
We get the zoomies through the portal, kind of thing.
Okay. I'll carefully step through. Let's go.
Okay, you guys end up. I take it everyone's walked through by now.
Yeah.
Sounds like.
Hopefully.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So you guys walk through, and there is a gypsy style looking caravan in front of you.
So we've got a Romani style caravan from all
Romani
the
style carriage.
Okay.
Okay.
Being pulled by a
the
creature.
Pulled by what?
It's being pulled by one of the greater wolves.
Oh. What about our 2-headed owlbear friend?
Janice is not out here.
Oh, should we go back and check on him? Make sure
No,
he's
Janice's
okay?
head is sticking out of one of the windows.
Oh, okay, good.
Well,
Good job.
One of
I'll
its
kind of
heads
pet
is sticking out of one of the windows.
He's like the side of his skeletal jaw. Good job.
No, the whole head.
Good.
And
Got
you can see behind it, it's in a very large room.
I
that
know.
looks bigger than the inside of the carriage.
Pet his whole head. Oh. Okay.
You might not remember this, but last time the popish person did say something along the lines of the dimensional carriage. That they would put the materials for Sorknir into the dimensional carriage for them.
Very well.
Yeah, I remember hearing the dimensional carriage, yes.
Okay.
So it's bigger on the inside, right? I mean, that's what we're supposed to say about it.
We
talked about the target for a good minute or so.
All right. Let's head in then.
Yeah.
Shouldn't we?
But standing next to the greater wolf is 2 axe beaks.
To what now?
Axe
Ooh,
beaks.
I get to ride on a terror bird. Sweetness.
No, they're not rideable.
Oh.
Aw.
They're like chocobos with their beaks looking like freaking axes.
Yeah, you get to ride on the terror bird.
You
Well, I mean,
could
if you're small.
if they give you their consent, but
Yeah, you'd have to like coax them into it, but you can't just. You'd have to coax them and stuff. And if they're
Yeah.
sentient, you should ask. But do we know if axe beaks tend to be sentient, or are they?
yeah, they're
more
smart, but they're just they can be dumb as rocks. They can be smart. It's
a variance. Okay.
They're
Gotcha.
more like horses than you think.
Yeah. Which is
Pretty
you got to
much.
be gentle and nice to them. Okay. Cool.
more like have a firm hand, but be nice.
Oh. Yeah. Different methods, but yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
nice with a firm hand.
All right.
Because as I said, they can be dumb as rocks, but also they're smart.
All right. So, we're off then. We were going
they're,
to.
They're kind of side harnessed to the carriage.
Okay.
So like they're not pulling it, but they're like kind of leashed
Tagging
to
along.
the yoke.
They've got a lead on them that connects to the side of the carriage. Yes.
Right.
No, the
So they're
yoke,
pulled.
like
You're coming
the,
along.
The
Okay.
stanchions, like the things that go out for the thing to pull.
Oh. Interesting.
The giant, the greater wolf is standing between, and it's harnessed to is 2 things that like going out in front of it.
Okay. All right. Good to know.
So it's like 2 wooden poles going out of the front of the carriage.
Right. With the wolf between them.
Yeah. At the
Okay.
there's pretty much like a leash connecting on the 2 stanchions.
Gotcha. All right. And our plan, if I recall correctly, kind of turned to Leon, and I say, so our plan was to go visit the Assassins Guild. You knew some assassins. You worked with them.
Worked is a broad term, but I'm familiar with them. Yes.
And
There's
they
a
have the
difference
helmet
between
of
assassinating
the
people
set of
and collecting
armor
toxic
that
gas.
the breastplate.
They're
Right.
said to have it.
And they have the helmet that the breastplate went with. And we need to, before the materialists find all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's our plan. If I recall correctly. Find the entire set of armor before any of the thieves find it
Yes.
all. So we talk to them and see if the helmet's been
So
stolen.
yeah, what do you guys plan
All
to do?
right.
We'll let we will
Assassins.
let Iolna lead the way to to her typical meeting spot with the guild, the league.
I mean, like, you guys
All right.
decide to walk with the carriage? Do you guys decide to get in the
Oh,
carriage?
I'm gonna ride on
like
the. I'm gonna ride
Oh.
on the. I'm gonna
horse?
ride in the shotgun on the carriage.
Okay, you're gonna ride in the driver's seat. Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna climb in with Janice and curl up next to him and,
So I
and
take
pet
it
him
you
and
walk
introduce him
into,
to the.
you step into the door on the back.
Yeah.
You step in and it's a long freaking hallway.
Oh. Okay. That's.
Well, you
weird.
walk into a room,
New?
and then beyond
Okay.
the room is a long ass hallway.
Okay. And is Janice? Can I find Janice? This is important.
You can hear him.
Okay. Follow the sound.
Yeah, you walk down the hallway about 10 doors on the left. There's an open door that with
10
what looks like a
doors?
giant stable.
Okay.
Well, not stable, more like a crypt. It's like a stable for skeletal creatures.
Okay. That's fair. Okay. So I'm gonna check on Janice.
So there's like
give him a
piles
few
of
pets.
like there's like dirt beds and
Yeah. Like pet him, make sure he's okay, and introduce him to the new shoulder friend. Like make sure they know they're not gonna fight. Because if they're gonna fight, want this to get out of the way now, so we don't,
Yeah,
slow
no, the Marian
introductions.
isn't like Janice. The Marian is its own being, but
Yeah,
Janice is more just like an undead creation.
yeah, but he's our undead creation. He's our good little owlbear.
Okay, Yona,
Let's go.
Ooh.
you gonna go into the cage, ride on the shotgun spot? What?
Uh,
Walk
I
alongside?
I imagine that I'm probably outside for the moment, at least. I've only got like 10 to 15 minutes left on this wolf form at this point, but Yolna likes to ride out her shapeshifts. She doesn't change back unless she has to, so.
Makes sense.
All right.
Sorknir takes a look at the carriage and then muses for a moment and calls Starmie forward and just gets back and just climbs on the back and rides piggyback for now.
Yeah.
So there's a little hatch, right? A hole I can pop open to talk to the people behind me in the actual carriage.
Well, there's not a hole, but it is. There's a like a one of those old timey captain's ship things, the brass
The brass
Stone?
speaking tube. Yeah.
brass speaking tube.
All right.
Because
Been on
it's
ships,
bigger on the inside, so it's like
I've had to polish those, so yeah, I know what you're talking about.
yeah.
Nick can attest. Jen Giggles has done some weird jobs.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Everyone take a quick hydration.
Fair.
Do we want to take a 5-minute or keep going?
Oh, it's about halfway, right?
We're about a third of the way through the time.
It's
Okay.
only 4:00 and we started at 3.
Oh, right.
Yep, we're about a third
Math
of the
is
way
up.
through. Do we want to take a quick break?
I think we can keep going a little. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's keep rolling.
Let's go.
Okay. As Sorknir is mounting up on Starmie. Wait, no, you can't even get on Starmie. Starmie's too small.
I thought Starmie was big enough to carry me.
No, Starmie's the size of the
Okay.
robotic being that we are not going to name so we don't get copyrighted.
In that case, oh, that's right. Okay, I thought he was a bigger version. I was thinking like man-sized snowman. In any event,
He's a little bit bigger, but not big enough for a dwarf to ride.
Gotcha. In that case, instead, Sorknir just kind of gets up like trolley style and just sits on the back step. He doesn't actually go inside the carriage.
Yeah.
Just facing backwards.
Instead of the size of a basketball, it's more the size of a yoga ball.
Okay,
Oh, okay.
that helps. Thank you.
So a dwarf couldn't really ride on it while it's moving.
Right, that wouldn't work out very well.
The head's too small.
Not
Because
for
if
long.
you would try riding on it,
That's
the
like a
big
trick bike at
section
that
would-
point. You could
the
do
big
it, but
section
you
would
wouldn't
just-
want to use it for long term.
Well, you couldn't
Yeah.
even ride on it because the big part of it is moving.
Right.
Yeah, you have to be like perched on the top.
the
And the
head,
head.
and the
On
head's
the- on
kind
the
of small.
little
for
top
Yeah.
of the perch,
It'd be again like trick bike style.
which is too small to sit.
Yeah.
Maybe
Work out.
Fro might be able to sit on it, but Fro could sit on it. The Emirian could sit on it, but no one else.
Yeah. So where is Fro, our druid friend?
Fro is currently sitting on the. Wait, the what?
Isn't Fro a druid or?
No,
Did I miss-
Fro is a.
Oh, an artificer. Right.
paladin.
Fro is an artificer because she has the hat and or they have the hat with the pipe. Right. I
Yeah, she
remember
has
these
the
things.
she has the little tiny little hat. It's
Right,
even
with
tiny on
with
her.
Smoke. Right.
Yeah, she's just kind of she's fluttered up to the roof, opened a hatch, and dropped in.
Okay.
Of
Oh.
course. Of course.
Where is Fro?
Fro's in the forge.
Did I?
The
I
hatch
mean,
leads
Fro is coming with
directly to
us,
the
right?
forge.
I think there's a forge in the carriage.
There is a forge in the carriage, is what is being said here.
Yes. There's an artificial crafting area in the carriage.
All right.
Yeah. So Sorknir,
I'll ask the
decided to go
wolf to
trolley
keep
style.
following as we go.
Yeah. Sorknir, the second you sit on the back, the door opens by itself, and a glowing trail pops up right there at the door, and just like shoots off to towards the into the carriage.
Always another mission.
Oh, it's not a mission. It's more just like directions.
That's how Sorknir takes it.
Like a navigation system for the carriage.
That's Sorknir's comment. He stands up and goes inside and starts following the trail.
Yeah, it leads you directly to Fro and the crafting area.
Greetings, my friend. How are you?
What's that?
Yes, it is exciting being on the road again.
And Fro is literally sitting next to so you just arrive in the crafting area. You don't see Fro, but you can hear Fro. You can guess where Fro is because there's a tarp that's covering something that's moving around. Like the tarp is moving around with something small under it. So you can kind of guess that Fro is under there. But then once you speak up, Fro pokes their head out and says that. And then just climbs out from under the tarp, flies over to the wall and presses a button, and whatever is connected to the tarp to make it lift, lifts it off what is under there, and it is Fro's defender, displacer.
I am glad you brought the project for the road, my friend. What would you like to work on for it?
Mouth gun.
Just showing a. You are always running around.
You have materials. You finish.
Indeed. Let us play with the gift of Ymir. And brings out a couple of cubes of bone metal and places them on the forge in front of Fro.
Yeah, and so Fro goes over to a bunch of cubbies that are on the wall that you both have filled throughout the last couple years. Because you've been to this carriage before. Both of you have. This is kind of just like your... It's kind of just like your getaway kind of place.
Okay.
So you guys go... So pretty much, Fro goes over to the blueprint wall and pulls out a rolled up blueprint and flies over to the work table and unrolls it. It is the modifications to Displacer.
Yes. We had talked of making these.
We
A
now have
good
materials
plan.
from both Uncle and Ymir.
You have a memory that would do a dwarf proud, my friend. Where should
Pretty
we
much,
begin?
Fro points over, so when Fro says, Uncle, they're talking about the Pope, and points over to like a corner where there's like 4 giant chests that are marked different materials, like different types of materials, like raw ore, ingots, rare metals, alloys. That's the 4 chests: raw metals, ingots, rare metals, and alloys. So those are from the Pope, and then they point to the bone metal cubes when they say Ymir.
Indeed, we do have
And
a
then
good amount of
Fro
materials.
kind of doesn't bend, but like kind of like takes their organic leg Fro takes the organic leg and starts pointing out different components of the modification. Like, they point to the jaw modifications that make it so that you can add the weapon that Fro currently has on them, but can't use because they're too small. So
Very
that's why they
well.
bought a displacer to have it. So what material? They're kind of pointing at like the modifier to the jaw.
My studies tell us that this will require the bone song, the bone metal.
Okay.
Let us begin our work.
Do a performance check.
We begin the song of moving the bone metal. The song rings true with a mighty dirty 20.
Clean 20.
So a 20 and a
Oh.
22 for our checks.
Yeah, I got a clean 20. You got a dirty 20. Yeah. So, Fro had over the years kind of like hadn't gained the same level of control over the dwarven native talent, but had gained a limited control over it. Didn't quite have the full control over the bone song, but had enough to accompany to help increase the efficiency.
You are continuing to improve, my friends. Clearly, it is my lineage that gives me the leg up in that these days.
Yes. This fun.
Indeed. It is always good working with you.
It was only like 5 minutes it took you guys to turn that one cube, which was probably about a 2x2 by 1.5.
Okay.
So 2x2 by 1.5 into every component that you needed for both the jaw adjustment modifications, the trigger modification. So like the triggering modifier, they modified it for being able to pull the trigger, and the mounting brackets.
Impressive.
This is a very good start. Now let us attach them together and see if we can get your prototype working.
One piece left. And Fro flies over to the alloy chest and pulls out the flexo metal. That's what Fro calls it. They're not really sure what the real name of it is, but they just call it flexo metal because it's unlike regular metal. It moves. It's like rubber, but not.
Okay. Interesting. It's got a little bit of give to it.
Well, it's like rubber.
Yeah. Got a little give.
No, I mean it's got rubber in it.
Oh.
It's a magic metal.
So it's a metal, like alloyed with rubber.
It's alloyed with it's mithril, adamantine, and rubber.
Huh. I bet that would be
Strung
really
together,
useful.
not melted.
Yeah. Obviously, you couldn't melt the rubber, but wow. Huh.
Yeah, it's not like you took rubber liquid and like the actual rubber extract, and put it into the metal when you were melting it. No, it's a dwarven metal. Mm-hmm. It's sung into the metal.
Interesting. Wow. That sounds really useful, actually.
One of our people's better
So
creations.
that would fall under the deep dwarf. That would fall under the deep dwarf side of the of your lineage.
Created by my mother's mother's father.
Uh-huh. Good to know.
Yeah. Because it might not be crystal itself, but it's definitely not metal. It falls more under the crystal side of things. So
This is what it sounds like.
yeah. It kind of sounds like that, but it just like you could just go like this, like you know, like the rubber pencil thing.
Oh yeah.
But like you just go like that, and it just starts bouncing.
Pretty impressive.
It just flexes. It's really cool. So it works good for the It would work good for the flexible pieces. They don't need to be rigid. And this is not just this is not ingots. It's the pieces have already been made. So they literally pull out the pre-made pieces and bring them over to the table.
Okay.
And also goes over to a different corner. Well, not corner, but like I'm not sure if I should say cabinet or shelf, but like it's got like spare parts for displacer, and pulls out the testing head, which is just like it's a head and neck for displacer that's used to test mods for that section. So they pulled the testing version and bring it over, and you guys put all the modifications on, and now to test it.
A good day always. Refresh my memory, my friend. Is there a range somewhere here we can use? Or should we simply fire it off the back of the carriage?
Like literally, they just take their wing and point to the point across from the workbench. There's a secondary door right next to the door to the entrance that literally has a target, like a target picture above it.
Oh, yeah.
This denotes as the door to the range.
Of course.
You guys take the rig through that door, and literally that door is on the wall into the hallway. But you you open the door and walk through, and it's just a range. So it shouldn't even be possible that you walk through that door into somewhere else.
Yeah, but also it shouldn't be possible the carriage is bigger on the inside than the outside. So
True, but there's limits to there's normally limits to the amount of reality breaking that can happen in this kind of thing. Like, yes, you can increase the size of things, but
the layout still needs to be Euclidean.
Yeah, Euclidean. Yeah, this is chaos magic. It's not celestial, infernal, eldritch, mortal magic. It's chaos. So it's pre-Arbitros type magic. So it's a lost art type magic. It's not lost, but lost to mortals. So yeah, you guys take it in, set it up on the mount you guys have for testing. This, because you guys have been testing this for a while, so you guys created a specific mount for this thing with its own power source to mimic displacers. Then they add the test gun in, which is a down. Not quite shotgun, which the final product is, but it's like a step down type thing. So it's got a very powerful enchantment on it, but not Hellfire level. Pretty much if it can handle the test gun, it can handle the Hellfire.
How prudent of us, a test model.
Yeah, Sorknir, roll a... One sec. Trying to figure out what this one would be.
What else is needed for this device before testing? Hmm.
Roll a... Just trying to figure out the right like check. Because it's not stealth. It's not sleight of hand, I don't think.
If it's something that's very dexterous and delicate, then sleight of hand often works for that. Whatever you want to go with, of
Not
course.
really. It's more for like the actual test.
Maybe a ranged attack roll, just because you are shooting something, right?
Well,
Test the weapons.
we're pretty much just activating the. It's like throw the switch, Kronk type shit.
Pull
Oh.
the lever, Kronk.
It's pretty much turn on the power source.
If you're just pulling
Right,
a
pretty much turn
lever,
on the power source type shit.
Well, given that this has been magical work that we've been doing, I think you could logically say that's an Arcana check to operate
Yeah,
the
that
magical
sounds
device.
about right.
Okay, yeah, roll an Arcana.
Go for it.
We shall initiate the runes. The runes are powerful. 16.
Straight 16 or
Nope, 16 total.
okay, yeah. We both passed. It was an 11.
Oh.
Because this is just like easy ass shit for us type shit. From
Yeah,
repetitive
but if you're
motion.
rolling that one, it goes bad. Yeah.
It's pretty much just putting the magic into the runes to activate the core.
A success, as of course it would be.
What would I do for a like I don't like these are unusual rolls we're rolling, so it's like I'm trying to figure out what we would do for the modification and weapon integrity. So pretty much if the weapon itself and the modifications are intact.
We're determining if it was done successfully and everything is intact.
It activated and fired, but it's the
Now we need to determine how well what good a condition it's in.
maybe D100.
If you just want a straight chance, that sounds great.
All right. Oh, you have one of the. Okay, hang on.
70.
I got one as well.
Yeah.
that's
Yeah, I
That's
rolled.
something that I
I'm
grew up
using
calling
D&D
balls
Beyond
for.
for my rolls. I'm using D&D Beyond for my rolls, and I just rolled a D100, and it came out at 70.
Okay.
How is the device, my friends?
Slight char, but nothing. It worked.
Worked.
I am lucky to have a wise woman such as yourself aiding in these endeavors.
Now,
Do we
Sorry,
need to perform any further testing? It cut out for a moment there.
Should we try weapon? Yeah, she's kind of just like looking at you, looking up at you, kind of like shifting eyes like back and forth. It's like kind of like, should we try this with the test model?
Of course. Would you care to do the honors?
Yeah. Fro literally just walks over to the wall. Oh no, not the wall. Walks out of the range, walks over to the workbench, grabs the final product weapon, which is the Hellfire, and grabs it in her talons and just flies back in. And you guys both replace the test gun with the final product. I mean, the final weapon. The reason you guys are using the bone metal and the flex metal is because you guys have tried other metals and it hasn't survived the test weapon at this stage.
Oh,
Need something more stable to handle all of that power.
Yeah, the bone metal is for the jaw modifications, the mountings, and the trigger pull, because the other metals didn't survive at this level. They survived up until the previous level of weapon testing, but not the second to last test.
The true test to find if this is working. I've waited a long time, my friends. A long time.
Yep.
all right. Let's do it.
Oh. We got a better roll that time. By 1 point. It was a 71.
Okay.
Yeah, so you guys decided to use a extended activator, meaning like you guys like it's like a fuse type shit, but it's instantaneous. Instead of activating it from right next to the test machine, because you guys have gotten a few singed beard hairs and feathers from testing that in the past. When you guys moved up levels and it exploded.
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
In balls of fire. Not just like shrapnel explosion, but more like the weapon went ball of fire.
Don't wreck my carriage. I'm now the captain of the carriage. I'm in the driver's seat. Don't go wrecking my carriage, okay?
No, this is it. This is in the range.
So, it's within the.
If you blow up my carriage, I will be very mad.
Yeah, come to think of it, if the Hellfire shotgun had blown up, it probably would have taken the soul of the carriage. And
Okay.
both of us.
Okay.
Because if you know what a Hellfire shotgun does, when it kills something, it sends its soul to the underworld.
Oh.
And turns it into a demon.
Okay. That is a weapon that we have. Okay. Yeah,
this weapon is fashioned from infernal iron and traced with veins of hellfire that shed dim light in a 5-foot radius. Any humanoid killed by an attack made with this weapon has its soul funneled into the river Styx when it's reborn instantly as a Lemur demon.
Well, that's an awful evil weapon for a cleric to be building.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm thinking there's something a little wrong with this.
Well, you also have to understand, this weapon was given to Fro by Pluto.
Oh.
And his wife.
Of course she was involved.
Pluto is...
I guess mostly I'm just confused because we just listened to you build it.
No, not the weapon. We built
the frame.
Placer.
The mounting for it.
Yeah,
so this was
mounted to something that's not right. The weapon is just going to melt and it's going to end badly.
Yeah, they took the weapon. They took the weapon that Pluto and his wife gave to Fro, and because Fro is too small to use it, they built the brackets for Fro's Iron Defender, which has been modified quite a bit already before they even started modifying it for the shotgun.
Okay, that makes
They
sense.
gave the tiny person a BFG.
Pretty much, yeah.
And for those of you who aren't familiar on the Greek on the Roman side, Pluto is closest is analog
Pluto is
to
Hades.
Hades, and
Right,
his
so-
wife is Persephone.
Right,
The
Persephone.
myths are almost identical. There's slight differences, but they're almost identical.
Yeah.
Right. So, well, all right.
Yeah, he's not just the lord of the underworld in Roman, he's also the lord of everything under the earth, which includes gems, metal, all
Lava.
that. But there's also Brock and Sindri, who are the dwarven gods of all that is under the earth.
Oh,
They
Shared
share the domain of riches with Pluto.
okay.
So Pluto, Brock, and Sindri all share the realm of divinity of riches under the earth between them.
Okay.
The only one out of the three of them that has dominion over the dead is Pluto. But yeah, so they just took they've been testing this for a couple years now. They finally got the brackets to not blow up, to not let the weapon blow up to the point where they can install the Hellfire into Displacer. Yeah, they don't want to replace Displacer's head again. That's why they built the secondary.
Okay. And while all that's going on, we're going to take a 10-minute break. Maybe 15 if it takes a little longer. We'll see you all soon. And we'll be right back for some entertaining stuff because we just hit about halfway. So we'll see you soon.
See you soon.
Welcome back, everyone. We are done with our break. This has been a good break. I had myself a cupcake. I hear there was an apple eaten and other enjoyments had. And we hope you enjoy the second half of our episode. And while they were building and testing out this very dangerous piece of equipment, what was going on outside, where we have our Iolna is a wolf still for at least a little while, and Rafe is hopped up on the driver's seat, kind of sort of in charge, but really just letting the wolf, who is an intelligent animal, handle things.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Yorick is just in there giving Janice sternum rubs, which is the closest to belly rubs you can get when you don't have a belly. Just, bonding with the animals.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is... I don't know what's going on the outside. Probably some shenanigans. You know what it meant? Oh, no. Maybe don't fall out. Good. Okay. All right. Okay. Here we go. Good job. Good job. No, stay there. Good job. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So we're off. All right. Let's go.
Okay. So what's next, Jenny?
What's next is that we have our little friends.
You blamed yourself off the screen again.
Sorry. Yeah, I know. Patch was. Our friend Iona was telling me that earlier. Didn't mean to do that. Let's see, my brain is. So yeah, that took about an hour.
All right. Yeah, so you're gonna fill out of wolf form then at some point.
Yes.
Yeah. While that was going on somewhere
Now
else.
you're riding Shoddy. Okay.
Not coming in to say hi to everyone.
No, I don't think. Yolna tends to be very suspicious of man-made buildings and such. So the fact that this is a building on wheels is just.
Yeah.
Well, you doing.
Rafe was, York was just doing a check on Janice.
Iona, do a. I'm not sure if it should be nature or perception.
Either way.
Either way.
I guess if that's nature, it's 22, and if it's perception, it's a 26. So whichever one of those works best for you.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't freaking matter right now. So you are literally just what's the one I'm looking for? You can tell this isn't man-made.
Oh,
It
even worse.
was elven-made via singing. It was sung into being. Kind of like how the dwarves sing metal, like ores and crystal materials from the ground. Elves sung this carriage from some of the oldest type of tree. Not just some of the oldest type of tree. The same type of tree that Remus was laying under. So an Yggdrasian sapling.
Good to know.
So yeah, it's not man-made. It was literally just sung. It wasn't built; it was sung from a tree, and a tree very a very sacred tree, which as a druid you would know. It can only be sung things can only be sung from Yggdrasian saplings or Yggdrasil itself, with that sapling or the world tree's consent.
Oh,
So they would have to have had the consent of the sapling to sing the carriage from it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a very, very fancy carriage here.
Yeah. It's not that it's fancy, it's more that it's ancient.
I mean both actually.
True. Yeah, so pretty much it's the Yggdrasian sapling. It's literally just one of those things. It's like I don't give a shit. You just keep going. I mean, that's not what I meant. I don't give a shit about the weirdness of things. It's I will do what I want to do, kind of thing. It's literally the kind of vibe that this carriage is giving off.
Yeah.
It's like I don't care about logic. I reject your logic and substitute my own. Kind of shit.
When you're a semi-sentient piece of, I mean, it's kind of like sapient pearwood. If it's going to eat you, it's going to eat you, and not much you can do about it.
Yeah, like it wasn't always this big on the inside. And that's literally how the range came into being, because it's pretty much a semi-sentient frickin' carriage. It saw that we needed a place to test the modification, so it gave us one.
Oh, that's nice. So it likes us, but it likes I should say it likes Snorkin and
Sorknir, yeah.
Flo. We don't know if it likes the rest of us yet.
Throvarax and Sorknir, yeah. That was a couple years ago that it did that. First did that.
Yeah.
Because they've been testing this for years.
Hopefully it learns to
They've
like
been
the
doing
rest
this
of us.
testing for years, so.
Definitely needs to learn. Yeah, hopefully it likes the rest of us, yeah.
If it didn't like the rest of you, it wouldn't have agreed to carry you.
Fair. I mean, the God asks you to do it, you kind of go with it, especially when your friends are involved. The rest of us, but
Yeah.
because Snorky's traveling.
Right. That's possible. That's why I'm not technically driving at this point. I'm just letting the wolf and I don't know lead the way to where we need to go.
I usually go and where the carriage takes us, and where our friend the the one that was a wolf is leading us. Kind of shit. So.
All right. So what's the next thing on the so as we travel along to the right spot, anything happen on our trip?
Not really.
Good.
Nothing beyond some unusual little, well, not unusual little, very unusual vibrations you guys start feeling as you guys have gotten a little ways into the woods.
Is this normal?
Mysterious vibrations don't sound
I mean,
good.
it's unusual to me, but is this normal for the woods, Ilona? Or is this, just just a strange thing all over the place?
Let's put it this way. Everybody roll a Iona, what did we agree on?
We didn't really talk about what the roles would be. I
Okay.
would say probably
Oh yeah, we
for
talked
this
about the
sort of
level, but
situation.
not what the actual role itself would be.
Yeah.
Nature or Arcana or history, maybe.
Probably, I would say nature or history is my guess.
Nature or actually nature.
Nature.
Yeah, everyone roll a nature check.
I mean, they're all the same for me because I don't have proficiency in.
It's a freaking nature, though.
11, which is the same thing I got the last time we had to make a knowledge check.
I got a dirty 20.
Okay.
There you go.
13.
And remember, Iona, you're rolling with advantage.
I would love to, but the cat is sitting on my dice right now, so I think I'm going to pass on this one.
Okay.
Do you want me to roll for you?
If you don't mind, that would be great.
We're instituting the angry cat rule.
So the higher of the two die says 17, whatever your bonus is on top of that.
Alrighty, so yeah, that's okay. Totals out to 20 for me.
Okay, yeah. And I got a 19. So Iona?
Yeah, that's.
Wait, what's the low? What our highest is what? A dirty 20?
I think there was a
pair of
22
dirty
in there.
20s.
Yeah.
Pair of dirty 20s. Okay. Yeah, Iona, it's a full dump.
Oh.
Okay. Well, I wouldn't use that phrase, but
You know what I mean? It's a full info dump.
Yeah, basically, these woods are known to be inhabited by a group. Well, I believe it's just two in the southern forest here of
Yes.
elder ents. They're sort of wander the forest and to take care of it and make sure everything goes according to plan.
They're tree shepherds.
Yep. And yeah,
So
the
think
ones
the Ents from Lord of the Rings.
Right. Ents. So they're elder. Okay, so there are elder ents just kicking around. Okay, good to know.
Yeah.
And
for
Froverax and Sorgnir felt them too and went to the nearest window. That's why I had them roll nature checks.
okay,
fair enough.
and I was probably looking out the same window Janice was before, right?
Yeah.
Because we know we have a window. Because yeah.
But yeah, I guess the other thing that I have to drop is for whoever it was that got the 20, the two of them who live in this area are known to be named Birch and Elm. There are at least two others, but they're in various other forests around the continent, so that's who lives here.
Or at least on the central continent, there's at least two others.
Now, that's not to say that's necessarily what this rumbling is. Maybe it's a totally different giant monster, but it's a good guess.
Oh no, it feels like footsteps. That's something you guys can just tell. It's at the cadence of giant footsteps.
Okay.
So yeah, literally. So Fro, Sorknir, and our Jotun friend are all looking out of the left-hand side of the carriage, through the windows from the rooms they were in, which,
Yeah.
funnily enough, is quite a distance inside the carriage, but from the outside, they're right next to each other.
Right, because it's condensed.
Well, no, it's not condensed. It's like, so there's like, when the windows are closed, you can only see one window on that side of the carriage.
Oh. When the windows are open, it kind of splits.
You can see whatever windows are open and what is sticking through.
Right. But they split and they're right next to each other, all of them, no matter how far apart the rooms are because of spatial dimensions.
Yeah, it's literally window to window. Like windows
right.
next to each other.
Okay.
So you can see two full windows. It's just
yeah,
they're like 150 doors apart on the same side of the carriage.
There are that many doors?
There's a couple thousand doors in this thing.
Okay.
That's where the navigation system comes in handy.
Oh, we have okay. Good to
the
know.
Glowing trail that led Sorknir to Fro.
Oh, I didn't hear that part because I was my audio had stopped working at that point. But okay, there is a good to know. Okay.
Yeah.
Do the hinges on those windows, do they swing out or in?
They go up or down. Well, they actually go up and down because they open from the middle and go.
Oh, they're like
no. The question is more: are they like sliding doors, or are they hinged to swing outward?
Yeah, exactly.
They're like sliding doors. They go up and down.
Okay.
Not left to right. Like, it's sliding doors, but top to bottom instead of left to right.
Okay, so you kind of pry it open in the middle. All right.
Yeah, you just lift it. Like there's handles on the two sills. You just
kind of pull and then poke your head out.
Well, actually, you only have to pull on one because the way that they're built is like you could just like pull on the top one and the bottom one lowers.
It goes down, so they're linked.
So they're kind of connected. So it's like you pull on the bottom one, the top one raises, that kind of thing. Like you could pull on either of the handles, but
yeah,
both windows will move. Both sides of it will move.
To know.
They're connected in some way. I don't understand how that shit works, but
yeah, no, it makes sense. Probably magic. The carriage, yeah.
Well, that even works in the real world too.
No, I know there are ways to link it mechanically, but given it's probably magic.
Yeah, but give it this carriage. It's probably just the carriage being helpful.
Yeah.
But yeah, as you got like when the rumbling gets bad enough to where the three that were inside the carriage could feel it. Well, the two that were in the craft room could feel it. The carriage stopped right then.
And that's probably when I poked my head out, and because Janice.
Yeah, the
probably
carriage stopped because, well, very heavy rumbling. Well, like shaking. So.
Yeah.
And so the carriage isn't moving, and the one of the tree ants, which is probably about 80 feet tall.
Trees, yeah.
It's still not taller than the trees.
Wow. Okay, we got tall trees. Gotcha.
The trees are like freaking sequoias.
Oh.
At this point. At this point.
Gotcha.
So you guys have passed the edge of the forest, which it tends to be like smaller trees, like pines, elms, birch, and have entered the section of the forest where the League of Assassins are. But it's also tree shepherds are. I mean, the elder ent tree shepherds, not elm. So yeah, like probably like 4 trees in front of the caravan. You all just see this 80-foot tall tree shepherd walk across.
Huh.
That's probably a good 500 feet in front of you.
All right.
It's safe here.
Yeah.
Yes, no fear. They won't bother you if you don't bother
following
them.
it is 2 wolvers.
Those are the wolf people, right? Which
Yes, they're kind of like evolved wolves.
gotcha. At this point,
They're literally wearing not kilts but like battle skirts.
Like a utility belt. Okay.
Like bark armor, or bark torso armor,
Right.
and carrying claymores.
Okay. I'm gonna pry off the little elemental friend, kill him to keep an eye on Janice and make sure nothing bad happens to him, and then I'm running out of the character. And
Just hop out the window.
is it big enough to hop out?
Yeah, from the inside it doesn't look big enough, but from the outside it doesn't look big enough, but from the inside the thing's huge.
Okay, then I'm just gonna hop up on Janice's head.
If Janice can fit his head through the window.
Yeah, I know, kind of, but that makes sense actually. So, out we go.
But also, it's big enough for Remus to fit his head through too.
Oh, gotcha. So I'm gonna hop out and clamber up and
pretty much hop through the window, and you just
get out.
Like 1 second you're standing inside, next second you're outside.
Cool. Okay.
It doesn't show you hopping out. It
kind of because distortion based on perception. But I mean,
yeah.
I can get out without having to like make an acrobatics check or anything.
Yeah, no, it's more than big enough.
Well, big enough is one thing. Like up or down, clambering is a whole. But yeah, I'll climb out and.
It's like floor to ceiling in the stable. So
it's floor to ceiling.
It's literally just like a giant door.
Oh, all right. Well, then I'm out, hopping out, and do I have a sword? This is an important question.
You would with the nature check, Iona would have also said that they are benign.
Right, but I wouldn't have had time to hear Iona say that, and
no, when that
I only rolled an 11.
What Iona would have said was what they've told you guys about the Ents and the Wolfer.
When would she have said that?
When she just talked about the Ent.
I mean, yes, but I thought that was a meta thing. I didn't think Iona was talking about that.
When Iona said that to you guys, like
did Iona say that, or did Patch say that?
The way that, but she didn't say exactly what her character said, but she just said what she told them. Pretty much.
Okay.
Without specific wording.
I hadn't assumed that was Iona talking. I assumed that was Patch.
I kind of thought that was Patch also.
I didn't. Iona probably didn't would have. I had no idea Iona was telling us anything. I just assumed that was for the players and not for the characters.
I should have.
Yeah.
I haven't really had a chance to iron out all the kinks in the system. If I had, I would have let Iona know that they needed to in character that.
Okay. All right. So at some point, Iona tells us they're benign.
Yeah, before you even like when you start first, when it gets close enough to where you can see the first foot.
Yeah.
Of the Ent come into view.
Yeah.
That's when Iona explained it. But also said that they normally are followed by wolvers.
Okay.
Which are benign, unless provoked.
Right. So don't provoke it. But
yeah,
battle match ready because Iona says they're benign, but here we go. Okay.
Wolvers are reactive, not proactive.
Right, but also Iona is. I'm still ready for trouble because mountains. Growing up in the mountains, you are always ready.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. So.
Oh yeah. Yeah, as soon as they appear, I'm behind the. Rafe will quite literally disappear behind Iona, the moment the wolvers are in sight.
Yeah,
And then,
that's a
Same
natural
instincts,
reaction
right?
for
You
you.
hide from the wolves. You gotta hide from the wolvers.
Yeah,
Fair
they're
enough.
not four-legged. They're literally bipedal wolves.
I know.
they're
I know
probably
what a
still
wolver
scary
is.
though. Yeah,
know
but
exactly
also
what
they're
a
probably
wolver is, yeah.
still scary for a small rabbit
Yeah,
person.
medium-sized creatures. They're not as big as the great wolves, but
Yeah, and I believe Haragons are small sized.
I am technically medium, but just barely.
Yeah,
he's a small, medium-sized.
gotcha.
Medium when you count the ears.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
from the tree to you guys' left. Well, actually, one second. I'm just trying to figure out the spacing of like how big the carriage is and all that. Like, from how many trees these creatures drop. You guys are about like so directly to your left is the middle of the trunk, so like it's kind of even in front of you and back. But it's a sequoia, so it's a huge tree. So probably just from that tree and then like an invisible walkways above you. Kind of shit, like just like cloaked walkways. A bunch of figures drop. All dressed in completely black and wearing porcelain masks.
That would be the assassin, right?
Yes. All identically dressed with wearing enchanted porcelain masks.
Cool.
They're not disguise masks, but they're mimic masks where everyone looks exactly alike, no matter what gender. So they all look like a nondescript person wearing the mask.
Oh, so it changes the whole body to look vague and androgynous and hard to remember.
No, what it is it makes it so no two are varied.
Right, it
They
makes
all
them look
look like one
vague and
character.
identical and weirdly androgynous and hard to remember. Kind of average size, average build, average, very hard to remember anything about the bodies because they're all like same. Kinda.
It's like if you had a group of 6 of them standing next to each other, you couldn't tell which one's which without them taking off their
Right.
masks.
Right. Which
It doesn't mean that they all look generic. It just means that they're
they all look
identical.
the same.
Yeah.
Which would even
They're
out to
looking like
generic
clones of
probably
each
if
other.
they I mean I assume it would even out to generic because
It's just an enchantment.
right. But I would assume the enchantment would make them even out to generic. So that's how I
It's
would
perfect
imagine.
illusion, pretty much.
Yeah.
So not even something that could see through illusion could tell.
Uh-huh. Interesting.
So it's a primordial magic, is what it is.
Primordial magic. Okay.
Well, the type of illusion it is it's a primordial.
Right,
type of
right.
magic.
It's not regular old true sight wouldn't work on it.
No,
Lovely.
it would take
okay.
deific true sight to see through it.
Which is we don't have. We might have regular. We don't have the good stuff
Well,
for that. Okay.
divine
cool.
true sight might, but
None of us are divine true sight people. I don't think.
Fro
I have. Oh, Fro has. Yeah, Fro is
the
like
paladin
all types of divine, but
of one of the older divines. So
yeah, fair. I just got regular old mage light, which doesn't even work unless I'm putting it together. So yeah, okay.
yeah, but she doesn't really use it because she's more trusting of people.
Yeah, that's fair.
Unless it's a very dangerous situation where they need to figure out.
Which I would consider this a dangerous situation, but I'm not sure Fro would.
Well, Fro would be more. Well, we found who we're looking for.
Nah, that's fair.
Yeah, Fro pretty much. You guys. Fro and Sorkin have finished installing the modifications on.
Shield Defender.
And this playthrough is currently booting up
Nice.
or powering on.
All right.
When Sorknir
Alright.
saw
New system,
the
so it'll be a couple minutes before the playthrough is up and walking.
when Sorknir saw the guild arrive, he hopped out one of the windows to line up with the
So
guard.
did Fro. Fro literally just sent a mental command to displacer that when they can move to come out.
He's hanging back a little bit so he can make sure to follow Iolna's lead, since she has the connection to them.
That's 2d6. No, wait, you can hand 3d 3 times per long. Okay, so we got 3 of those left. 1 of those. Okay, just in case.
Okay. Yeah, Fro. It like literally just like sits there on the roof with a with their arm blade unfurled, just like kind of like tapping against the edge of the roof.
I wouldn't if I were you. These aren't the sort of people you want to threaten.
No, it's not. It's not threatening. It's more just like waiting, being prepared.
Pulling out your blade when some people approach you is definitely a threat, but I suppose I'll leave you to your own devices.
They're not being threatening with it. They're just like they're an
Fidgeting.
ADHD owlin, pretty much.
Fidgeting. Yeah, it's a fidget.
Yeah, they have it out and they're just tapping.
I personally would try to choose another fidget, but what you gotta do.
They're
Okay.
an owlin and they're being prepared.
Okay. Also,
She never listens.
She's very impulsive. Yeah. So, Fro is literally just sitting on the edge of the roof, just kind of like swinging her legs back and forth, and just like tapping the edge of the sickle on the roof. I mean, on the wall.
okay.
Very well.
It's more just to make. It's less to be threatening and more to make noise. Because they're
I get it.
short to actually hit the wall.
Well,
Yeah.
I absolutely understand what you're saying. I'm just like,
Yeah.
again.
It can definitely be read as a threatening situation.
Yeah, I would.
Mhm.
Just kicking her legs back and forth and just hitting the wall with the tip of the blade.
Yes.
Pulling any
Depends on
kind
who
of
you're
weapon
talking
out
to.
when assassins approach is a threat. Yeah.
I mean,
That's up to
they don't.
that's up
She
to
doesn't
the
need it to
owlin.
be threatening,
I'm gonna
but
hop
I
down.
wouldn't trust them not to see it that way.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, we know Fro, and we're like, oh, she's just fidgeting, but they don't know that, and we're.
Mhm.
I'm
I
gonna
mean,
hop down and
to be
walk
fair.
over to the to roughly the center of the group.
Okay.
Yeah. I will say that. Oh, I have a subtle spell. I can be. Okay, this is good. This is very good. I am. I'm not going to prepare it in the way that I could instacast it, but I am definitely putting together the somatic components in my head of the spell, and like, okay, which ones we need, which, yeah, in case we need to, things go ugly. Okay.
Sorknir does have his weapons out. He's just holding them loosely at his side. He's not ready. He's not holding it in a threatening posture ready to battle. They're just limply at his side. And again, back so that when Yolna approaches, he's not like in arm's reach.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I don't probably have a couple daggers, right?
Yeah,
But
I'm good. I'm just gonna sit here. I'm gonna say, greetings. Romulus has sent us to confirm that you still have possession of the helm.
You only get about halfway through that before you have a long blade made from a root at your throat.
That's fine. I'm still talking. I'm not doing anything threatening myself.
No, it's more they don't trust you kind of thing. Like,
oh yeah,
more like,
no, we
kind of like stop
figures.
talking.
Oh, I finished what I said. I'm not stopping talking. I finished what I said. That's all. And that's what I said.
Okay.
Do you and I look at them. The one that held the blade up to my throat. I look at them.
So,
very questioningly, like, yes.
oh, they're not holding up the blade. It came from the ground.
Oh,
Well, that's a whole nother ball game.
So literally, like it was literally a root that sprung out of the ground in the shape of a blade,
I still finished what I said though.
like a spear
All
blade.
right.
So it's just like it just shot up and stopped right before your throat with the tip on your throat.
Yep, that's fine. I finished what I said.
Okay, and then
Okay.
from directly in front of Iona, the group of beings in front of you, or the group of us from the league in front of you, just like split, and you can see someone with their hands on the ground, like with their fingers splayed, glowing green.
Okay.
I'm gonna look at
I'm gonna
them
try.
very questioningly.
I'm gonna try to get.
As soon as they split, their hands stop glowing and they lift their hands, but the blade is still at Rafe's neck.
I'm gonna try and put myself maybe right next to Rafe if I can, just kind of move in closer to Rafe, and if the blade, so I can jump in if the blade moves. And
When you start to move, their hand, like just like their finger glows green, and they kind of like point forward a little bit, not like point at, but like just like a tiny bit. At it point, it like pushes against Rafe's neck, and just slightly pierces.
I will
okay, I'm
hold
gonna
up
take
my
a step.
hand.
And they like what like does our Jotun friend stop moving?
Yes, I'm gonna take a few steps back after
They
that.
they put their finger back up straight, and the blade retracts like the same amount, so it's just sitting there.
Now, I know you have a predisposition toward the dramatics, dear, but there really is no need for all of that.
This is actually their mask is different looking.
Oh,
They have the right side of their mask is silver, and the left side is porcelain.
oh,
So they just like it's silver looking.
yeah, it could be anything.
So it's got like a silver color to it. This is one of the lieutenants that you know.
Mhm.
Not the right hand, which is the Naga, but one of her two assistant, like one of the two right below her.
Right.
Gotcha.
And
Okay.
you actually weren't very far off with what you just said, so. But you actually know who it is. Do you remember the names I gave you last session? Or do you have them right down?
I'm sorry, I didn't catch them, no. I only got Snake of the Cheese.
Sorry. I apologize to everyone.
Yeah, but whatever. It was one of the. I think it was the Adder and something else was the other one. I can't remember. But
Yeah, you had it was like the Adder and something else. Yes.
yeah, there was two of them, but it was the Adder. It's the Adder that is in front of you. They are known to be very in tune with nature.
Yeah.
So in tune that they're literally one of the spirits of the trees around you.
Of course they are.
So they're literally a dryad of one of these trees.
Okay.
So now the root spear kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
And I'm still looking at them questioningly, like, are you going to answer my question?
They're looking at Iona.
I did address
Not
them.
saying anything, but they just had like they walk forward a little bit after their little feet in front of Iona and just kind of tilt their head. In just kind of like a questioning way. Just
Well,
kind of
I
like,
don't know what
it's
you're
true.
waiting for. She already explained
I
everything.
guess it's voice friend. It's more like they're just confirming.
I mean, I probably wouldn't have given you so much information up front, but yes, more or less.
They tilt their finger back, so like their hand is literally like this, and they just go like that, and it pulls back into the ground, and they close their hand, and it disappears. So it
Okay,
goes back to being
I'm
a
gonna
root
move.
and recedes back into the ground.
I'm gonna move forward slowly as possible. Just very slowly. Start moving forward. Very carefully. Non-threateningly. I'm gonna keep my hands. I'm gonna stop whatever somatic and keep my hands up. So if they do see, they understand I'm not threatening. I'm just moving forward. This is.
Upon the retraction of the root blades, Sorknir puts his mace back on his belt. So he's now just holding a shield
Uh,
and stands a
the
little
one that
looser.
was just that literally had just had the thing up opens their hand, and it glows green, and a moon lily, a rather large moon lily, grows out of the ground right in front of Rafe. And the person like it grows to probably like right about here on Rafe, and then the person tilts their hand forward, and it goes out like the moon lily tilts over and drops some kind of liquid on the puncture, and then she tilts her hand back and closes it, and it retreats back into the ground. It healed the wound.
Tiny little scratch.
Well, it was enough to draw blood, so, and it was still bleeding.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then
Probably
she
some sort of
lowered her
capillary.
hand. Like after she closed it, she lowered it.
Okay.
So the
No,
question still
much.
stands.
The lady lifts her other hand, like the opposite hand, and motions one of the others over, and puts that hand on the area on that person where the voice box would be. So like right here, like just like yeah, lays the back of their hand against the member, who has a it's their mask is still porcelain, but they have a like a tree inscribed on their mask. So they're still like a low grade member, but
They have tree status.
They have a
Whatever that's
tree
supposed to
inscribed on
mean.
their mask.
Okay.
And that the person whose throat that they laid on their hand on, starts speaking in a, I guess what you could say is a voice that sounds like a tree.
Okay. That's fair.
And says, "Why did you show up?"
We've been tasked with confirming the safety of the artifacts. We are confirming that the artifact in your possession is still safe. Now, if you don't want to answer the question that it is still safe, that's fine, but it may cause problems later on, right? So the question still stands. Is the helm still in your possession, or is it gone missing?
Not the one with the silver mask, but the one with the tree mask head turns to Iona and looks to them and says, "Lionkin, snake friend, why did you show them the way?
Well, to be blunt, I'm not sure I have much of a choice at this point. But yes, I suppose this is more than anything a warning. I don't know if you have this helm or if you ever did, but if you do, we have reason to believe that there is a conspiracy in place to steal these artifacts, so whoever holds it may be in considerable danger. And I thought that you deserved a heads up.
Rachel Toss would most likely want to talk with you.
She's got time.
She already knows. I have informed her.
All right.
Much appreciated.
Literally, like, as soon as you say us, you guys kind of just can kind of see, like, her other hand, the right hand, has literally just like, which is at her side. The fingers have, one of the finger, like the pinky has literally just like shot into the ground already. Like elongated and shot into the ground.
Okay. I'm gonna put myself, if nothing else, but I'm gonna put myself right next to Rafe, just in case they try something.
No, when they're saying that they already informed Rachel Toss, they're like, like you didn't notice it at first, but the reason you notice it is the finger literally just retracts into their hand, back into their hand.
Okay. I'm still putting myself right next to Rafe.
When they're
because
saying that they're retracting the finger into their hand.
Yeah, I don't care if they're gonna try. I'm not taking any chances with them and Rafe, and I'm putting myself right there.
Oh,
so if they try something,
I don't doubt it. I'm just explaining
Okay.
what's going on.
yeah, okay, and I'm right. Good to know, but still.
The one with the silver mask takes their right hand and removes their mask,
Oh.
which removes the enchantment from them, and they their left hand kind of turns into a vine as they grow taller, to keep their hand on the neck of the one with the tree mask.
Okay.
So pretty much, like, as they grow taller, their hand is still like, they still are holding the connection to the person, but
Right.
they've grown taller, so their arm kind of just like elongates and turns into, like, it's kind of like turned into a vine in the middle.
Uh-huh.
So it's pretty much just like, hand's still there, but the forearm has turned into a vine. So it
Depends on how tall they were in proportion. Anyway, the
it's misproportionate to the other arm.
right, but even if they grew, it would just grow the position, not the. I mean, they might still be short enough to grab. It just would be a different angle.
No, when they were wearing the mask, they were the same height as everyone else, which is about 5'6".
Right, but you can
take the mask
grab
off.
the throat of someone who's shorter than you without extending your arm if you just angle it slightly. Unless they decided not to, which
they're 8'2" without the mask.
Wait, 6'2", 8'2"? Oh wow, they're tall. Okay, tall.
That's why their arm turned into the vine.
Yeah, no, that makes more sense. 8 foot. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. A couple inches taller than I am. That's fine. Good.
Well, they're a dryad of a freaking sequoia.
I mean, that makes sense. So, do they look like a tree?
They look like a
do they have weird tree-like features, or do they look like a person, or
a little bit of both?
Okay.
Essentially, your standard tree dryad.
Dryad's brown, kind of pretty, but like in a very uncanny way.
Sequoia colored.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way. So instead of brown, they're kind of red.
Cool.
As I've said before, dear, it is a shame you chose such a clandestine profession. You're lovely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. the mask, the one with the tree mask, it has turned back to Yona and said, "You know why I chose this. It is to protect my family."
Yes, yes, I know.
And then just detaches their just has their hand detach and turn into kind of like a pendant around the neck of the not the pendant, like a choker on the neck of
Tree masked assassin.
the masked assassin. Yeah, it's pretty much just like so that they don't have to keep their hand on the assassin.
Okay.
It's still connected to them via
Yeah.
the detached hand, but
Right.
Magic is magic. It's just what it is. You know,
Yeah.
it's so. Since
yeah,
we're
and then
waiting here,
their arm
should I
retracts
go
back
get
to
some
the correct
tea?
length. Huh?
You know, since we're just gonna wait here, as we go up the ladder, do I need to get some tea or what?
They no the they literally the dryad turns around and um their left arm kind of like shoots out and attaches to the tree to your that was behind her, and a gate shape grows out of the not an arch but like a like a city gate, a very tall city gate kind of thing type of thing, grow like it appears on the tree.
Okay.
So think Moria, but on a tree. Entrance to
Okay.
Moria.
Okay. We don't like this comparison. Okay.
And the gate opens outwards and you see a similar type of situation to the caravan. It's much bigger on the inside.
Well, it's a gate to somewhere rather than a.
No, it's not. It's not like the arch. It's an entrance.
Oh, so the tree. They're in the tree.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
It's yes, it technically is a gate to somewhere, but it's not like
Not like
not
a
like the arch.
portal to teleportation thing. It's a.
Yeah, it's
just
more
an
like a
opening
gate
to
to
a
a
tree.
pocket dimension.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Is anyone coming out of that or?
No. The one with the choker motions you guys to follow, and right about now is when Displacer hops out of the caravan
Okay. I'm
and walks over to
standing
Fro.
right in front of Rafe. I'm right in front of Rafe because last time I don't trust them not to try this again. And
I'm
we're
fine.
introducing more elements. I know you're
They pick on the way over to Fro. They pick up Rafe.
okay.
Like they stop. Like they kind of like not really slide, but like lower themselves to the ground while still walking and just like lift Rafe up on their back, and then just keep walking.
Okay.
Well, this is kind of weird. I'm gonna hop off now.
Okay.
Well,
You're all just beers. I appreciate it very much, but
Okay.
It's just one of those things. It's like.
Sarkin, you're muted.
Did we ask me something? I didn't say anything.
No, I thought you were saying something. I started listening. I was like thinking you were saying, and
we're all
like, okay.
So
Yeah. So pretty much, has regained their Iron Defender, and just hops onto Displacer's head and follows the choker assassin.
Okay.
I think Yolna's gonna head up casually because they've been here before. But before she goes in, she's gonna look up and at her and go, "Well, I wasn't planning on showing them the door. I just brought them somewhere I knew we could talk. But if you insist."
I am sticking very close to Rafe. Yorick does not like this situation. This is a bad idea, but it's
Rachel Toss wanted to speak with you.
yeah. So we're gonna
Rachel Toss does not leave the grove unless necessary.
Yes.
Oh, that's fine, dear. No, as long as there's some tea waiting, we're good, right? I mean, it's all good. This dear boy looks like he needs a good cup of tea. He's a little high strung. I say that while patting you on your thigh because I can't reach any higher.
Yeah,
No.
you guys have all,
I'm
I
good.
think all of you have gone through.
Yeah. Rafe's going to. I'm not leaving.
Sarknir follows.
These,
As
I'm
you guys
not leaving
are,
these guys with
who's the last one
assassin.
lined up? Or who's the last one walking through?
It sounds like probably either myself or Yorick.
I mean, I'm going
Probably
exactly when Rafe.
Sorknir's walking through
So-
last.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Sounds like
as
Sarknir's
Sorknir's
last.
about to walk through, you just hear an axe beak squawking. Getting closer. Like the axe beaks were both squawking while this was happening, but one of them is getting closer.
Makes
Does it
sense.
sound close enough to be worrisome, or can I step through before that reaches me?
As in, it is approaching you.
I look over my shoulder to see how quickly it is while I continue
It's
walking.
literally Chocoboing up to you.
I stop and turn around. I still have my shield on.
You know what
I don't
Chocoboing
ready-
is, right?
No.
It has the zoomies.
Okay.
Pretty much.
Do I know this creature well enough
it's
to know
booking-
that?
It's booking up to you and pretty much rams into it wasn't expecting you to stop. It was just trying to follow you.
I turn around with my shield ready for a confrontation, and we just smash into each other.
No, it
And both
was
are
just trying to
kind of
catch up to
confused
you
by
and
this.
it didn't stop in time and just rammed into you and you both went through the gate.
So Sorknir goes through the gate backwards.
Yeah.
Okay, hang on. Does the creature go into the gate too?
So,
The Axbeak who bumped into Sorkin?
yeah,
Sorkin?
they both went through at the same time.
Right. And it was wasn't it? Weren't they leashed to the carriage?
Yeah, but the leashes are part of the caravan.
Right. But
So
if
the
that goes through the
caravan
door
let
and the
go
door
of it.
closes, do
The
they?
caravan let the axe speak off its leash.
Oh, okay. They let it free. Okay, so it dropped. It got let loose.
Yeah,
Okay.
the caravan was far enough away that the axe speak wouldn't have been able to reach you guys.
Yeah, that I was thinking. Like, I mean, it might have dragged it forward because they're strong and they have wheels. But
Yeah, but
okay,
it's a sentient caravan. It could have stopped. It could root itself to the ground.
that's fair.
It keeps
But
up.
I
The axe
was
speaks
thinking
from.
that it's on a leash. Is the leash going to do something weird when it goes?
It's rather
okay.
short. It's a rather short leash.
Okay, fair.
Pretty much. It's just enough to where it can roam around a little bit. So it's not just like stuck right next to the caravan. But while you guys are moving, it can walk
Right.
around a little bit while you guys are moving. And if need be, help pull.
Yeah.
Which the leashes would then become harnesses.
Okay. Right. 'Cause
Okay.
the-
All right.
the
So
carriage-
what's
carriage
inside
do
the
that. Okay.
grove?
The grove is literally. It looks like a cross between. Pre-smog. Not Lake Town, the town right outside Erebor.
Uh-huh.
And so it looks like a druid, like elven style Erebor, town outside Erebor. Actually, it's probably closer to the Mirkwood elves.
Makes
Okay.
sense.
Okay.
Or
And
Aaron,
we
or Arendelle.
can't
but-
see the sky, right?
Oh no, you kind of.
So is it enclosed?
It's the pocket
So
dimension.
can we see the sky or not? That's the question.
Yes.
Oh,
It's not
okay.
necessarily the real
So
sky because it's in a pocket dimension, but
it's a sky.
it has a simulated sky.
Yeah, well, a sky,
Yeah.
just not ours. Okay. Right. That's not weird at all. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so we it's rather interesting. And it you can see straight ahead that there's a clear not clearing, but like an amphitheater meeting area type thing.
Okay.
That has a raised area at the far end of it where there's 3 beings who are identifiable of race. Their races are identifiable.
Okay. What are they?
And
A
yeah.
winged cobalt with a golden mask, a naga with a silver
Okay.
mask, and a centaur with a silver mask.
Okay.
They're not.
Naga,
There's no
centaur.
porcelain on the masks at all.
Okay. So cobalt, winged cobalt, and as like the leaders, assuming gold is better than silver.
Yeah, gold is the
Maybe that's
grandmaster.
okay. And then we got the 2 silvers, the naga and the centaur, who are 2
Yeah,
equal to the
right
dryad
below,
level,
left and right
upper.
hand. They're the left and right hand.
Right.
And the
And
half
then we got
silver masks are the lieutenants of the left and right hand.
right.
There's 4 of them. There's 2 each.
2 each, right. So we
The
got
right
2
half, the ones with the right half, the silver are the Nagas lieutenants, and the ones with the left half that are silver is the Centaurs lieutenants.
Okay. All right. Good to know.
Iona has not had any interactions with the Centaur lieutenants.
Fair.
After you guys are all through and the gate has closed, a remasked adder grows out of the ground in front of you.
Okay.
And leads you on.
Okay.
Okay, dear. That's fine.
Well, you can tell it's the adder because like they activated the silver half of their mask to where they're not clonish, but they're not their full height kind of thing.
Okay.
So they look like a medium-sized dryad.
They shrink a little, essentially.
The porcelain side makes them clonish size.
Uh-huh.
So they're 5'6".
Right.
But activating the silver half, like deactivating that would make the clonish half take over. Activating it lets them look like a dryad but be clonish size.
Cool. Okay.
So the 5'6" dryad.
I'm going to pat Yorick on the thigh again because that's where I can hit. Oh, don't worry, there, boy. They've offered us hospitality by inviting us in. As long as we don't threaten them, we're probably safe. Hospitality is a good rule that most creatures and organizations abide by.
And you trust the assassins to abide by it.
I would trust the assassins to abide by it as long as we're nice and polite to them.
I don't intend to start anything.
Good.
I just don't want blades at your throat.
You
as
just
opposed to
seem
mine.
nervous. And
Yeah,
you know that either we're gonna die or we're gonna walk out of here. There's really nothing
except for
else to
their
worry
shape.
about.
For what it's worth, I'd trust the
there's
assassins
only
a
two
lot
of them,
further than
I
the
think.
folks back in the city. At least the assassins are upfront about what they want.
That's fair. They don't pull anything. You know you're going into a Viper's nest.
Literally.
They're not going to suddenly turn evil on you. That's
Yeah.
fair.
Um.
But
Yeah. You know what you're walking into. There's no hidden agenda.
Yeah.
Type shit.
That's fair.
As you guys are walking, towards the, I guess you could say amphitheater, like the flat amphitheater in the Grove, there is a statue of both Romulus and a statue of Mercury
Okay.
next to each other. It has a bust, like a nondescript bust. It's just a head that Mercury is holding up to Romulus, the statue of Romulus.
Huh.
And there is nothing
And
on
Mercury
the bust.
is-
It looks like there should be something on the bust because of the way that the statue is holding the bust up, but it's empty.
It's like a pre-carved that someone would have carved a face into but didn't. Kinda.
No, I mean, like, it looks like there should be, like, a mask or a helmet or something on it.
Oh.
It looks like
Oh.
it should be wearing something,
Oh.
but it doesn't. But yeah, there is no face. Yes,
Oh,
it's
that's
not.
just
It's got no
peachy.
face, but
It
but
looks
it
like
looks like it's
a
supposed to be
hat
wearing
kind of
something.
thing, where it should have a hat or something on it.
Yeah, it literally looks like it should have like something over its face, whether a mask or a full face helmet or something.
Something.
Yeah, it's around this time that there is a burst of shadow around Fro's head. And a dread helm materializes on their head.
Red helm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fro, calm down now.
No, it's not that they're upset.
Oh,
It's more that their helm, that.
Oh. Is that the helm that we...
No, it's not. It is not the helm of Romulus.
Of course it's not.
Because the helm of Romulus wouldn't hide the rest of the face and make the eyes glow.
Uh-huh. And is this helm... Does it look like Fro's doing this helm herself? Or is this helm
No,
being done...
it's literally it's a stripping away of enchantment or illusion.
Oh. So it's like so it's like an anti-magic, anti-illusion field of some sort.
Not quite. Secondary enchantments, which are like added on after the fact kind of shit, to items, are stripped away.
Oh.
So, if say you had a dread helm that when it was initially forged, the incognito ship of it was imparted on it at that time, this wouldn't have stripped it away.
So anything that was added after an item was forged with its first enchantment gets stripped
Yes.
by the field.
Any type of illusion, enchantment, or spell, or anything like that would get stripped away.
Okay.
So all the gifts you guys were given are perfectly fine.
Well, I'm not taking the elemental anywhere near this. I'm staying far away. I don't want him risking life.
Emirian actually is with you.
Wait, no, I told him to stay with Janice. Janice. I told him to stay with Janice.
It did, but when you crossed over into the pocket dimension, it kind of like appeared on your shoulder.
I'm gonna.
You guys are spellbound.
I told you to stay with.
You guys are soulbound. You can't get it to not follow you.
Okay, we're gonna have to work on this. And I'm like
If
Like,
you have a
Castle, yeah,
viable
Cam
reason
trying to
to
keep an eye on Rafe,
seize as
and-
viable, it will not follow you, but it
Right.
doesn't see you asking it to stay put as a viable reason to not follow you.
Okay. Yeah. We gotta work on this. We've got to work on this. Okay. You're gonna get killed, and I am gonna be responsible, and okay.
Americans are extremely hard to
I can
kill.
work with you on training your pet after a little while.
It's not a pet. It's a soulbound
It's so bad.
companion.
I know, and I appreciate that, but I really don't want this here because it's gonna. Don't do anything remotely threatening to the assassins. You got it?
Literally, unless it's a deific level attack, nothing can harm it.
Yeah, but I don't know that, and also it's Prince. I don't want to get him hurt.
Just like what I said with
Creature, I
Rafe
am
Circuit.
responsible for making sure that this creature does not get hurt.
Yeah, just like with Rafe's Circuit, it takes extremely strong magic to affect it.
Still, I'm still responsible for this creature's safety.
Yeah.
This is
It's giving you it's exuding a sense of comfort to your mind.
Okay.
Because it's kind of got because it's soulbound to you, it kind of has like a basic psychic link where it can just
like
exude
an empathic
feelings.
link. So okay.
So like
It's
if it's not going to be always that it's going to give you like exude feelings, but like it can comfort you or tell you it's happy if you want to know what's going on with it and things like that.
Yeah,
but
yeah. It can project emotion.
it's like
if it wants
talking to you in a way.
Yeah, they can project emotion if they want.
Yeah, it's pretty much comforting you right now.
It's purring. A cat purrs to calm anxiety. It is purring on your shoulder.
Yeah, what you hear is like the sound of like tinkling like ice like tapping against each other kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's kind of what you hear, but you feel a sense of comfort coming from its mind.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, I speak primordial. Can I understand this thing?
No. Emirians do not speak primordial.
Okay.
They speak a different language.
I thought I'd ask just to be safe.
I mean, as I said earlier, Emirians are very unique creatures.
All right. I'm not mad, but I'm still following Rafe very carefully because
Yeah, and it is 6 minutes to 6.
right.
So
let's stop it here then.
yeah,
we're gonna yeah.
Month for the trials and tribulations of the lore meistership, because I'll have things better figured out. There will be. We got a lot less far than I thought we would.
These things run really slow. It is a thing with the online games. You would think in person, you're like, oh, with all the table talk and the side banter that goes on, it's going to take us 6 hours to get through this adventure, right? It takes you 4. And online, you think, oh, no, there's not nearly as much side talk and not nearly as much things going on. It should take us like 3 hours to get through this adventure because it took 4 on table. It takes you 6 or even 8.
Yeah,
and this is from personal experience, having run games online. This is how it works.
Yeah, and things evolved as we went on. So
yeah, because you have even less control as the DM here than you do at the table.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to say it, but you have no control over us here. We will break things for a while.
I mean, if you're a DM and you expect your players to break stuff, you're like,
yeah, I was expecting us to at least get to the burning plane, like reach the burning plains. We haven't even talked to the Grandmaster yet.
Nope. Not happening. Not happening.
Nope, not this
get there eventually.
planar separation anxiety. That's a good
Yeah.
comment.
Maybe at the end of next session we'll get to the bring planes, but
Guess we'll find out.
Oh,
We'll find out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And here's our
Oh,
credits.
Phantom came.
Obviously,
Hi,
Emily
Phantom.
and I,
Sorry,
executives.
good friend of mine is in the chat.
yeah. So may Romulus's blessings be in your favor, and may you never cross Emir,
Yeah.
because he will freeze you like there's no freaking mouth. He'll give you a little cold shoulder.
Yeah, Ymir
Yeah.
is a bit different. Yeah, he's a bit
Yeah.
of a different guy, Ymir, you know?
Yeah.
And Janssen's down there. They're,
he's-
the Jarls of Janssen and all that. They're a bit hard too.
Yep.
The funny thing is, I can see Nick laughing because he knows people who speak with this accent on a normally.
Very true.
Yeah.
I love the Minnesota rabbit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Minnesota rabbit.
It's a Minnesota rabbit. All right. So we'll see you later. Next week, same time, it's going to be Secrets of Small Gods. After that, it is Lee's game, Wonderland Complications. And then the last week of the, then week number 4 this month is going to be continuing with the Cinders, the Light of Cinders.
Light of Cinders, yeah.
And then we are in the background recording episodes of a show called Vigilantes Union Local 13 or VU 13. We will be broadcasting a Vigilantes Union Origin or VU Origins game on the 5th Saturday of this particular month, because there are 5 Saturdays. We always put a side quest in. It's a one shot, whether we finish or not. That is the end of the story. You will not see a second half of it. So come watch. See how far we can get in 3 hours.
Right.
All right, and we should have, by the way, the first episodes for one of our other YouTube Direct shows coming out here by mid-month at the latest. I think they've recorded 3 episodes now, and so we're looking to get the editing finished on that and get that released up here in just a couple of weeks.
Nice.
I hope you enjoyed all the funny hats. It was our way to say Happy April Fool's Day. None of the hats stayed on my head very well, which was a problem. If I figure out a better way to keep these on, I'm going to wear these every episode.
Yeah. Also, demonic penguin.
The demonic penguin. Yeah, that's Gunter before he goes full demon. So
Yeah.
I need to come up with a name for the little shoulder spirit.
It's a snack.
Or ask the
There you
name.
go.
I have my chainmail shoulder dragon, who may make appearances at times because it tinkles, and that really helps my ADHD.
Yeah, this is snack. He is
I'm
the snake that was on my head.
dice. And you can't see the dice stacks, but I've been stacking them to keep.
If you have any questions, please do ask them in the All on the Table chat on the Transverse server. We'll be happy to come in if we can and answer them. I check probably every few days on that particular one. Pretty busy on other places, but I try and get in an answer. So we'll see you later. Have a wonderful evening. Bye-bye now.
Peace.
Bye.